First of all, I expect a very open game against AS Roma. They are currently in the top 6 and they would like to stay in the top 6 as well. So I expect a very open game, but also an offensive game from Roma's side. For us personally, it's also a chance to eventually maybe become champions as well if our direct rivals lose points.
For us, this is the first final of the league, we can say, because if we win both games, we are sure in the playoff. And of course, maybe if we win both games, we could be the first in the league.
Now, we do have our, as usual, prediction campaign running alongside the first game today, Arsenal versus Roma, where you can, of course, get some juicy eFootball points. And currently, right now, with a little bit of time to go, Arsenal are way out in front with over 83% of the vote. Remember, you can vote up to 145 CET. And of course, so if you wanted to get a bit of an advantage by knowing what happens in the early stages of the match, you can do. Harry, does this surprise you, this prediction so far?
It kind of does and it kind of doesn't, to be honest. I mean, Arsenal, top of the league right now, they've proven time and time again that they can get results and grind results out. But when you consider the result of this prediction campaign is across an aggregate scoreline, so many times we've seen Arsenal win 1-0, but Roma, when they win big. They win by plenty of goals. So there is a possibility that although the points are shared either side, that Roma could come out on top on an aggregate scoreline. So if you want some insider knowledge, if it's me, I'm hedging my bets on AS Roma here, because I think there will be points shared, but when Roma win, they win by a fair few goals. So just something to keep in mind if you want to maybe change your prediction up at home.
Well, there you go. Words of wisdom there from Harry. Make sure you get involved with that, and of course you can use our viewing campaign as well to get 300 eFootball points as well. All the information will be in the video description and the other channels as well for eFootball.Pro. Matchday 8. Now we are just seconds away, of course. Harry, you're predicting Arsenal then? Or are you predicting a draw? Points shared?
I'm surprised you didn't give me a pat on the back for that, because usually I'm on the fence when it comes to predictions. So, you know, a bit of insider knowledge for the people at home. I thought you might give me a bit of praise for that, but
you kind of said Roma might score a few. It may be shared in terms of, but you didn't really stick your neck out too much. You were still kind of in the middle.
I still think, points will be shared across the two matches, I think. But I would be surprised if either of these clubs come away with all 6 points. Obviously, Arsenal only need the 2 to qualify.
So are you saying one point apiece in both games, so 2 points for each? Or are you saying 1 win and 1 win, so 3 apiece? What are you saying? Stick your neck out.
I'm thinking it could be a win and a draw, or it could be a win and a win. It could be 2 losses at some point. I honestly don't know.
We're going to move on because you've not given a prediction.
But how close these two are on paper, I honestly think that is, so tough to predict this season, especially. We'll just see how Arsenal cope in the opening 30 in-game minutes for me, because we know Roma like to play very direct. And if Arsenal's defence cannot handle that, then we could see, it could be a cricket score by the end of it.
Yeah, and of course we can't just take into account current form or where they lie in the table, etc. Because of course psychology comes into it at this stage in the season. Arsenal, knowing they're only need 2 points, may possibly be a bit more resolute and a bit less willing to take risks. Whereas Roma, on the other hand, as you pointed out, Harry, they are on the outside looking in currently, but they're in here. Real chance here for Roma, and it's Arsenal 0, Roma 1, and it's a fantastic start for the Italians.
Well, I said that we need to see how Arsenal cope with Roma's attack in the opening 30. I think this is the opening 10 minutes. It's just a long ball from their own half. Kepa making the run, a tremendous finish. The keeper comes off his line and is, well, made to pay in the end. But this is how Roma like to attack teams. Surely Arsenal would have known this. And they just were not ready for it. It's almost route one. It's fantastic. And Kepa with his 10th of the season, the former FC Nantes player, is, now on double digits for the season for his new club in the opening 5 in-game minutes. What a goal.
Well, it's classic AS Roma, direct, strong, powerful. And the finish in the end, the audacity just to loft it over the onrushing goalkeeper. And Kepa, as you pointed out, with his 10th of the season, 17th contribution on the whole. And, well, where do Arsenal go from here? Because they are top of the table. But they are currently find themselves behind. Another long ball over the top, looking for Edin Dzeko. The flag stays down. It's Venom! It's 2-0 to Roma. And the Italians are in dreamland.
Well, I feel like there's maybe a few viewers at home in the prediction campaign quite thankful to Konami that they can maybe switch up their prediction here, because this is just, I mean, it's almost identical to the first goal. It's vintage Roma, as you said. We've been watching this all season long. From the very first match day, they don't mess around with it. If they get a runner in behind, they just throw something in the mixer. This time it's Venom. Maybe the keeper should be doing better there at his near post. But Venom finishes very clinically. And as you see on the right-hand side of your screen, cool as you like as well. Opening 10 minutes, it's 2-0 Roma.
Well, a real clash of styles on the pitch. Arsenal dominant in possession often. Playing a beautiful game. Whereas AS Roma just absolutely bulldozering their way through, bullying their opposition at this moment in time, and they're on the front foot again here. And this, as you said, could be a cricket score as and when they get their act together. And so far, that is exactly what they are doing. The question is, how do top of the table respond? Well, they're in here. It's Indojua. Oh, he had to score, surely. He's put it straight at the goalkeeper either side. And it was 2-1. Harry, huge chance.
Yeah, huge chance. And it's one I think he should be tucking away there, because if this is going to be a proverbial shootout, so to speak, two gunslinging clubs just going at each other, and those are the type of chances that if you lose by 1 goal at the end of the game, then, yeah, you start to rue and look back on those. Just looking at the league table, that, as it stands with these points, would put Roma up into the top 3. And, well, Arsenal, at the moment, have a chance.
Try to cross it hard and low. Good block, though, coming in from the goal scorer, Kepa. And you kind of felt that as the ball gets whipped in towards the near post, had Indominator been on the end of that chance, it might just be 2-1. And, Barbosa almost found his way through. Great challenge in the end coming in, and they've got to be so careful now, though, Arsenal, that they don't throw caution to the wind, because we're only a quarter of the way through the first match, and they certainly don't want to concede a third. But they're in with Indojua. Just couldn't quite play the pass to his brother on time, and he was offside.
Yeah, I think maybe just waiting or looking for maybe the dummy there for the man on the far side. But Arsenal have settled down into the game now. You can see their passing is a bit more succinct. So, as you said, still early on in the game for them to come back here.
Aubameyang, good challenge from Chris Smalling. And AS Roma got a free kick here to be taken by the goalkeeper, controlled by Kepa. Long ball downfield. Well, there's direct, and it's a real mix-up at the back. Oh, my word, it could and possibly should have been 3-0. They're all at sea at the moment. A real mix-up between the goalkeeper and the defender.
Yeah, I can't tell if this is Arsenal's defence looking a bit susceptible, or or if Roma just do this to every club they come up against. Because right now they just don't look convincing in terms of the defensive side of the ball. They're having plenty of joy in the middle of the park, but every time Roma come forward, they look like a threat.
Well, there's another chance there for Arsenal. Good save again. But every time AS Roma launch the ball forwards, they're looking under real pressure here, Arsenal. And that was just a very casual, lofted pass. There was no real intention. It was a hidden hope from Roma. And they were all over the place at the back. But thankfully for them, it's just 2-0. And they have the capabilities, as we know, to win a lot of points in this league. So still time, especially if they are to get a goal just before half-time. They go short with the free kick to Odegaard, and out to Willian, controlled by Barbosa. The referee blows his whistle for an offside on Lacazette by the looks of things. Up to the halfway line, a chance for AS Roma to come forward again. Lovely ball through, looking for Kepa. He's already got one. Can he add to it? He turns a provider this time for Venom, but good block in the end. Still AS Roma camped inside the Arsenal half. It's into Dzeko. Brushed off the ball by Barbosa, but he wins it back. Venom across the face. A chance for Kepa. It's Arsenal 0. AS Roma 3. And this is just incredible.
Just where is the defence for Arsenal here? The North London club in absolute shambles at the back. Just did not clear the danger at any opportunity. Bit of a mix-up there, that's unfortunate. But even still, in Dominator, I mean, if he moves just maybe a split second earlier to cut the passing lane, maybe this one never gets through. But it's still a cool, calm, collected finish for Kepa's 11th of the season. He's on a hat-trick here in the first half. And the Arsenal lads, this is going to be a real test of their mettle here, because champions-elect, they're top of the league, but right now they look very, very susceptible. And it comes back to what you were saying, Adam. At this stage in the season, psychology becomes a massive factor. Where's your head at? You're on the brink of qualification, and now maybe some doubts are creeping in.
Yeah, I just don't know mentality-wise whether they've gone into this game not necessarily believing the hype, because I think they're very level-headed players, but I just think they know that they only need the 2 points, and I don't think we've seen the same confidence in their game style so far today, and that's something they're going to have to rectify. Of course, they still have another game. Don't get me wrong; they could go and win that and still qualify, with a point to spare. This is going to be very, very difficult to get anything from this game, though. Still got a half. Anything's possible.
Absolutely, but you have to remember as well, you're coming up against one of the best defenders in the league in Roxa, so it's always going to be tricky. And right on cue, there he is, breaking up some of the attacking play that Arsenal are trying to put together. So there's confirmation on your scorer. He also assisted the Venom goal, so his contributions now up to 19 on the season. Not too bad from Kepa this season.
And a possible shout for MVP already in the first game. 2 goals and an assist already as AS Roma smashed the ball up over the halfway line. And there you have it, with just 29% possession. It's classic Roma. 3 long balls, 3 goals.
It is, and it just goes to show that sometimes we do know what we're talking about. I mean, we've watched this Roma team...
Very rarely, but...
very rarely. I mean, evolve over the course of a season. I remember watching them in pre-season in their Invitational Cup. They were scoring similar styles of goals with this starting lineup. I know we had Axa come in at some points this season replacing Venom. But since Venom's been reinstated in the starting lineup, he's looked absolutely a class above. And they're really ticking along nicely now. And they're starting to come together at the right stage of the season as well. They're almost like the opposite of Barcelona. I mean, hate to drop the Catalan lads in it, but their form really has dropped off a bit of a cliff. And Roma, they're starting to come good at the business end of the season, which is fantastic for any Roman fans out there.
Yeah, a huge match day for Barcelona, don't get me wrong. But right now, AS Roma, as you mentioned, they started the season so brightly, so aggressively with this sort of tactic, and then they kind of fell off the pace midway through, and they're playing catch-up. But catching up they are doing. They sit currently in third, prior to, of course, other clubs still to play. But they're up where they want to be. If they can close this first game out, they've got almost a free hit in the second. It's in here, it's Roxa, back to Kepa, and it's a hat-trick for Kepa. It's Arsenal 0, AS Roma 4, and it's an actual onslaught.
Well, 10 minutes left to vote in the prediction campaign, and yeah, what was it, 83% thought that Arsenal would be the victors over the aggregate scoreline. I really feel for...
I'll give you a little bit of credit here, Harry. You did say if they win games, they tend to score quite a lot of goals.
Thank you. I didn't want to big myself up.
There's the only big up I'm going to give you for the rest of the season.
But 20 goal involvements now for Kepa on the season. I feel a bit bad for Arsenal here, but at the same time I don't, because they're the architects of their own downfall here. When they gave the ball away on the halfway line, I heard in Dominator say left side. Instead, Barbosa tries to go inside. Roma snatched the ball back, and, well, the rest is history. It's a fantastic goal by Roma again, but Arsenal are just making it far, far too easy for AS Roma.
And Kepa is staring 10,000 euros down the barrel currently right now, because he is having one of the games of the season, no doubt about it. 4 goal involvements from a possible 4. His third goal, his hat-trick, and up to 12 for the season. Can he catch? Kills you. That's the question, Harry. As Lacazette now plays it in. Can Arsenal get a goal, which surely would only be a mere consolation right now in this first game? Kepa up to second. But of course, Kills you has 2 games still to play, and Kepa only 1, and he does have a 7-goal lead, which is just ridiculous, really, when you think about the form he's been in.
Yeah, we were talking before the show, and I posed the question, has there been a match day so far this season where Kilsey has failed to score? And I think off the top of my head, I don't think there is. I think he's scored in every single match day so far, which is, I mean, incredible form from that young man. And again, he is the one they're just all trying to chase right now. But credit to Kepa, man on the middle of your screen on the right-hand side for AS Roma. He's, again, ticking along very nicely.
What's the problem here for Arsenal, Harry? Because they've had, you know, they've dominated possession, as they usually do. Yeah. Is it just a simple fact of they've been really, really careless and slack at the back?
I think
it's... Or has Roma just been on their day too strong?
In my opinion, I think it's just a clash of play styles. We haven't really seen any resolute performances from Arsenal on the defensive side of the ball so far this season. It's mostly been when they've been able to keep the ball. I think Roma, the way that they play, they don't mess around when they get the ball back. They just go straight on the attack, and it's something that Arsenal have failed to regroup when they do lose the ball. And Dominator here is just offside. But yeah, I just think, as well as that, Arsenal have made it very, very easy on Roma here, and they need to tighten things up and maybe wake up a little bit here in the early game for the second match, because it's unlikely they're going to get anything from this first game.
The changes are ringing in now, and AS Roma are in again here. The offside flags comes to Arsenal's rescue there. Otherwise, that might have been a possible 5th goal for AS Roma. And had you have said that at the start of this game, that on the 67th minute we'd possibly be looking at a 5th goal, you would have surely laughed it away. But that is where we are. And Arsenal still maintaining a lot of possession in this game. They've created 1 or 2 fairly big chances, notably the Indojua chance in the first half. But outside of that, it's been largely half chances, really. As you can see, Roxa into the top 3-4 assists as well. "15 minutes remaining here between Arsenal and Roma in this first of 2. And it puts a lot of pressure now on Arsenal's shoulders going into that second game if they want to qualify today. And again, we talk so much psychology, Harry. If they weren't able to get the 2 points needed today and then had to go into the final match day knowing the points are still up for grabs, that's going to be... It's going to be difficult to stomach, really, because they could have had it wrapped up.
It is. Again, they're almost architects of their own downfall at that point because, yeah, I mean, even getting a point in the second game would make things a little bit easier on you. Just 5 minutes now left to vote in the prediction campaign. So, again, you can change your votes if you need to.
Well, they're in again here. It's Roxa. Good challenge. Back off the goalkeeper. Chance for Kepa. He's got 4. Roma 5. Kepa 4 of them. And there's 5 minutes left to vote. And I know which way I'd be going.
It's just too easy. It's a real mix-up. Again at the back. I mean,
it's the second of the match that the goalkeepers hit the defender.
And it's at least the third mix-up of communication at the back here for Arsenal. It's, to be fair, it's unfortunate on them that it does bounce straight back to a Roma player, but sometimes when luck is on your side, and it certainly has been in this first game for Kepa, his 4th goal, as well as the assist for Venom, he's had a hand in all 5 goals here today for Roma, and yeah, that kind of tells the story for Arsenal right now, how they're feeling, because that is a tough one to swallow. This is, by the way, league leaders Arsenal trailing 5-0.
Yeah, it goes to show the strength of the competition. Veretout, of course, the goal scorer there for AS Roma. It's a case of dash it off and go again for Arsenal. They've got a very short time frame to wipe the slate clean here before the second match. It'll go straight into it, so there'll be no time to question what went wrong. They'll have to do that on the pitch. And AS Roma now go into that second game with a real chance to give themselves a fighting chance of qualifying in the competition into the knockouts on the... I think June is the time that the knockouts are going to be, Harry. Are you around? You're not going to be in your swim shorts with your deck chair?
Oh, I might be. I'm sure I can phone in from Casa de Wonderboy. But no, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I mean, we don't even know the 6 clubs that are going to be in the knockout stages at this point, which is just how crazy this league table has been so far. I would not miss it for the world.
So, deep into added on time here. Arsenal 0, AS Roma 5. And all to do in the second game for Arsenal. Remember, they only need 2 from today. They can't possibly get 2 points now. So they have to win their second game if they want to qualify for the knockouts today. On the flip side, AS Roma have given themselves a hell of a chance now to qualify from the league as a whole. But they can't, I believe, do that today. Again, my maths isn't the strongest, so we'll have to give you that information at the end of the show. We just knew that top of the table needed 2. As you can see, the 5 goals for Roma and 5 contributions for Kepa. Have you seen a more complete performance so far this season, Harry?
There have
I'm thinking Luca Tubelli, possibly.
Not been many that could rival this. Yeah, Luca Tubelli had a fantastic match day a few match days ago now. Yeah, kills you, Lotfi, the Palmer. They all had tremendous performances, but in terms of raw goal contributions across one game, let alone a match day, but one game, that's something special from Kepa, really, just to kick us off today. And again, Arsenal did make it easy on them. There were some unfortunate goals they conceded. This was one of them. Again, if the Dominator maybe reacts a little bit sooner to cut that passing lane out, then maybe that one doesn't happen. And even this situation here where it is given away on the halfway line when Dominator was saying go left, Barbosa went the other way. This was another one that's quite unfortunate because the defender wins the ball back, but then the keeper unfortunately just spills it right back to a Roma player. But the other goals, vintage Roma, and it's kind of what we expected from them. We knew they were going to play direct. We knew they like to play long balls. And I mean, the first two goals of the match were almost carbon copies of each other. And from that point, Arsenal constantly chasing the game, which just invited them out of their shell.
And it felt like the shackles were off Harry in this game. They just they knew that they had to pick up points today to give themselves a real chance and take a bit of pressure off, possibly for the amount of points they may need in the final match day, and they just went for it.
Well played, man. Good run, Jan McCarthy. Just.
Dai, dai. Not the first section, they have kickoff. After the kickoff, you put red. Come. Thank you. Also, at least put red.
Normal.
Oh, bravo, Bre. Nice.
Stay focused. Come on, stay focused. Not finish. Come on, stay focused, guys.
Okay, guys.
Welcome to the start, guys.